Today, I'll be talking about the ultimate in alien terror and a prime example of Lovecraft-inspired horror. The Thing is a 1982 alien horror movie in which a group of people at an Antarctic research outpost come across an alien that can assimilate and mimic humans. It is gross, violent, and terrifying, and one of my favorite horror movies. But what is Lovecraft-inspired horror? Well, the term comes from the author H.P. Lovecraft, but everybody knows about him and his antics, and he's really dead, so it doesn't matter. Lovecraftian horror is especially interested in the unknown, usually revolving around something that either the characters nor the audience can fully understand. A lot of the genre is focused on how the unknown brings characters down to their worst attributes, as they become more and more enthralled in the incomprehensible.
Nobody trusts anybody now.
And that is what The Thing is about, how paranoia and distrust can bring out the worst in people and lead to destruction, chaos, and death. The film uses multiple techniques to convey this, primarily through the use of restricted narration and elements of mise-en-scène. Throughout the film, the narration is almost entirely restricted, with this one short sequence being the exception. But that's just a secret. The audience finds out who is human and who is not at the same time as the characters, and we watch as they make discoveries about the alien among them. By doing this, the film elevates the sense of paranoia through limiting the information we know about the Thing, allowing both our characters and the audience to make accusations of who could possibly be an alien. The film also uses elements of mise-en-scène to both elevate distrust and show the possible dangers of the group's paranoia. Ooh, scary. To elevate distrust, the film incorporates costumes that intentionally hide the most human parts of the characters. They do this often by purposely obscuring a character's eyes, which is a key component to reading people and discerning genuineness and truth. The costumes are also similar at a distance, so in a shot like this, it's hard to tell who goes there. That was a reference, by the way. The use of props is also hugely instrumental, as they are used to clearly show the lack of trust between characters, and are tools to barter for power or control over the situation. These stem from the fear of the unknown that the characters are faced with. For examples of how props were used to show distrust, look at the scene where the character Windows arms himself after the alien has sabotaged the blood bags that were going to be used to help determine who is the Thing. Or when Blair goes insane and attacks the rest of the crew. Or when Clark sneakily grabs a scalpel after MacReady returns from being locked outside. All these show the progression of distrust to destruction. Props are also used to barter for power between characters, essentially serving as talking pieces when it's time to throw accusations around. Oftentimes, characters will only listen to other characters because they possess a certain prop of interest. When MacReady is suspected of being a Thing and locked outside, he's only allowed re-entry when he holds a flare to a bundle of dynamite and demands to be let in.
Anybody touches me, here we go.
Later on, while MacReady prepares a blood test, Windows has a flamethrower and uses it to keep the other characters cooperative and prevent retaliation. Early in the film, Gary relinquishes command of the outpost to MacReady by handing over his revolver and withdrawing from his role as captain. That same revolver is later brandished by MacReady to influence others so that he can tie them down to the couch. Props are used to show which characters have power in a scene and show the effects of distrust and paranoia as the characters prepare to defend themselves or attack each other. The Thing functions as a microcosm of crisis and serves as a warning against the distrust and paranoia people are prone to experience when confronted with a threat they don't fully understand. The film heightens the hidden nature of the threat with its use of restricted narration and costume design that purposely hides the humanity of characters. The film also seeks to show how distrust can lead to destruction through the use of its props as a key element in the story and a large factor in visual power dynamics between characters. And I know this movie is about paranoia because they literally put Superstition by Stevie Wonder in the first 15 minutes of the movie.